This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Let's talk about Dusty on commentary. It's discussed a little bit in the newsletters because Dusty had a reputation when he was here, a part of Jim Crockett Promotions and the NWA before, that, oh, Dusty just books himself on top. And now he's back, fresh off of being on the Royal Rumble just 1 month prior for the WWF, but he's not wrestling. He's on commentary with you. And Meltzer would say, if he's going to put him on TV, himself on TV this much, he might as well just be wrestling. I think that might be a little sour grapes from Dave. How was Dusty as a broadcast partner? Were you surprised when he wanted to do color with you?
No, not really. You know, I know he wanted to stay involved and keep his TV presence established. That was one way of doing it. And I'd had a variety of partners in WCW, and all of them were good, quite frankly. Right. And so I think he liked that rub, quite honestly, without sounding so egocentric on my end. But he's sitting in a good chair. That chair facilitated a lot of guys to get exposure and so forth. So our first outing was not good because he talked too much. And that sounds really, really shitty for me to say that because I talk all the time, but I'm the play-by-play guy. I got to set the table, keep the rudder in the water, stay between the lines, blah, blah, blah. So, and sometimes, I have a big issue with commentary to this day. I've had it forever. One is talking through false finishes. How do we know it's a false finish, not the finish, unless we know the finish? That makes sense to you?
Yeah.
So all of a sudden we just talk through those false finishes because we know that's not the finish. It's an expose. It takes the edge off. It's like throwing a pass into the end zone and you know that it's on tape. So you know that, or you know what the plan is. He drops the ball. It's not a completed pass, but you don't call it that way. You just, because you took the edge off your own call. The other thing is with the frigging use of pronouns. I know we've made fun of Vince about that, but one of the best things Vince taught me in commentary was to not overuse pronouns. He hit him. Oh, he did it again. Who the fuck is he?
Right.
Who is he, Conrad? If the TV's on down my hall and I'm in my kitchen, no pun intended, don't make fun of me because I'm there a lot, and I hear, he did it. He did it. Well, I'm wondering who the hell they're talking about. It doesn't stick. If I said, Conrad Thompson did it. Conrad Thompson overcame the odds. He is the champion of the world. Or I could say, he did it. He overcame the odds. He's the champion of the world. It doesn't have the same stick.
Right.
It has the same visual. Conrad Thompson, I have a visual. He is nothing but a pronoun, a benign pronoun. And a lot of wrestlers do that. A lot of announcers do that today. And I catch myself doing it. I hate it. He. So next time you listen to your favorite wrestling show on TV, see how many times the announcers use pronouns. If we are lazy and we use them too much, you know that we're not in the game. The best way to get talent over, and that's the only job that a broadcaster has, is to get talent over. You do it with their names, their nicknames. Nate did it. The Nature Boy, Ric Flair, all these. There's the me. And I told a kid the other day, a guy that does commentary texted me and wanted some help. He doesn't work for our company, AEW. And I told him that you got the most important job you got is get talent over, and you got to figure out different ways to describe the talent without it being a pronoun. So, I would say the big bruiser from Huntsville, Alabama. Okay, that's Conrad or Bobby Eaton, but you know what I mean. I'm joking, but that's what I'm saying. Little things like that, and so I tried to explain that to Dusty. He got it, quite frankly. And our second broadcast was better than the first broadcast, still with too many pronouns, in my opinion. But he did fine. Dusty had great charisma. Look, he wrote the show. You think he wouldn't know the content?
Right.
That helped, quite frankly. That's like when I used to work with Vince. He wrote the show. He knew exactly where he wanted to go. And sometimes during the middle of a live broadcast, Vince might change direction a little bit. So you got to listen and react accordingly. So, but I enjoyed working with Dusty. He made me look slimmer. and but neither one of us had a command of the King's English, but we had fun doing it, and we did have fun, you know. And I like working with Dusty. Like a lot of those guys could realize that somewhere down the road, it's like Chris Jericho right now. Chris Jericho could easily slide into a seat and be as good a color commentator as in the business. Period. But he's preparing for that to some degree. For what are you going to do in wrestling if you want to be in wrestling after you stop wrestling? So if you want those checks to keep coming in, what other skill can you bring to the table? Well, you can damn sure be a broadcaster. And a TV show's got to have broadcasters. I found that out a long time ago. So the wrestlers need a soundtrack, and that's what we're supposed to be doing.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.